back to week 3 of the Debris Girls Talk Trash, a podcast dedicated to all things trash. So last week, when you guys tuned in, we were discussing horoscopes, and I just wanted to follow up. Have you been keeping up with the horoscoping?
Every day I've been keeping up with
wow.
it. Still creepily accurate.
Oh yeah.
There was one day where I was like, oh, okay, that one's a little bit vague. It still applied, but felt less attacked by my horoscope that day. So that was good. Also took it a step further this week and connected with somebody who does tarot readings. So I'm going to try that next.
Oh, wow.
See. Yeah, I was like,
stay tuned.
I'll let you know. I have a appointment. I don't know what they're called. I have a reading. I think
a reading. I have a reading next appointment.
So I'm going to try it out and see.
Yikes. I have also been following up on my horoscope, but I didn't find it as accurate this week or last week.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
It was a little bit off, but still following along, and I've now encouraged my sister to do it. She does it daily. So, yeah.
And we hope you guys do too.
So speaking of horoscopes are kind of like advice from the stars. So on this week, it's going to lead us into talking advice, whether that's good advice, bad advice, all kinds of typical popular advice. We're going to go through the trash and figure out if it is truly a treasure of a golden nugget or just a piece of garbage that should go right in the dumpster.
Right in the trash bin.
So first thing that we're going to get into and kind of our main topic is we want to break down popular advice. So there's all these common things out there that we get told on a regular that as a society we kind of just follow. And should we be following them or should we just be crumpling it up and throwing it away?
Okay.
So my first one that I'm going to throw out there, which I kind of actually follow this one. So, and we kind of asked ChatGPT for these advices, and I feel like it did a good job, but fake it till you make it.
Yeah, I would say that is definitely up there in one of my life mottos.
Yeah.
But I'm also not a brain surgeon, right? Like,
true.
Like, I mean, I think that there's a level of where that's appropriate advice and where maybe it's not.
Yeah, I feel like I have lived my life by that motto since I've started to be able to use my brain. Like, and I even tell the kids that fake it till you make it. And I think, like, you know, what is behind that message is the idea of if you have the confidence to do it, you will succeed, right? I feel like it's what's the saying there? More advice: 90% confidence, 10% actually knowing.
Yep. Well, and I think that advice, like, I use it all the time too, and I think it gets me through things like when I'm scared or nervous about a situation, right? And I'm worried about like going into a social situation or even something at work, a meeting, right? Or a parent meeting, and I'm like worried about something. I often just think, you know what? If you sound like you know what you're doing,
right?
You sound the part, you're okay. So like just kind of that part, I'm like faking it till I make it. Yeah, I think it's solid advice for 90% of the people.
Yeah. Like, if it's something that's going to risk your life, maybe don't.
Maybe don't.
Maybe don't.
Maybe don't.
But you know what? I'm going to put that one in the good side. I feel like that is a little bit of a golden nugget. Yeah. I'm going to keep that one. I'm going to keep using it.
Well, I think it's gotten us through a lot.
Yeah, and I don't think that I will ever have made it.
No.
That's the dark side of that one. I think it's going to be constant faking it.
I never quite made it.
Yeah.
I'm going to engrave that on my headstone. Never quite
Only faked it.
Only faked
Just a faker. So, golden nugget pile, okay?
Yeah.
Next piece of advice. Just be yourself, Sharon.
Trash. Throw that one in the trash bin. I've met a lot of people. Don't be yourself.
Yeah, and I was just going to say, you know why I think that one is absolute trash? Sometimes it is not appropriate for you to be yourself.
It is not.
I know, like, okay, there is a time and a place, but when I'm with a heap of strangers at Costco, it is not an appropriate time for you to turn around and tell me your biggest worries in life. No, you're a stranger.
Okay, so that happened to me today.
See?
I went to the Home Depot and I've got a boot on, so I'm scooting around, and this lady, not a worker, just has a safety vest on, is looking for something, gave me her whole life story about bunions.
No.
Oh yeah, her bunion surgery. I heard it all.
No, I don't care for an overshare.
No.
And that person's probably like, I'm just going to be myself and everybody will like me.
No,
absolutely not.
Don't be yourself.
Be yourself in the people that you trust.
Yeah, and know your audience. Right?
Yeah, know your audience.
Be appropriate for your audience.
Time and place.
Yes.
Because I would like to say that I am pretty authentically me.
Right, but I also know what, like, everybody has versions of themselves, right?
Correct.
Like, where part of you gets to come out more in a certain situation, and I know which characteristics to bring out based on my audience.
Yeah.
Right? Like, I'm not swearing like a sailor in front of my grandmother.
Yeah.
Right? Like,
if I had one, maybe.
I don't either.
Yeah, I was like, faking it till you make it over here.
We're faking grandparents at this point.
All right, then. Well, she's really committed to that one. So I take it we're taking the just be yourself and throwing it right in the garbage.
Right in the garbage.
Heaping pile of trash, get rid of it.
Okay. Don't love that one.
Yeah, no. So just be yourself selectively.
Yes.
That's how we're adapting that one.
Yeah.
All right. This one, I'm going to get into this one. Okay, so I've kind of put this into two things because I feel like they go together. Follow your passion / the other one that you'll often hear is find a job you love and you will never work a day in your life. I know my feelings on it.
I trash bin that one.
Absolute garbage. Absolute
garbage.
Horse manure lies that we tell young people that life is going to be all this hunky-dory. And like, not to be dark and depressing, but work is work.
Work is work. And I do love my job.
Yeah.
Like, I really enjoy my job. I love going to work. It's still work.
Still work. And
it's a means to an end. It allows me to do the things I want to do that are my passions, that do bring me joy. Yeah. But it's just a job.
And my advice that's not seen in that trash piece of advice is you might love the thing, but if you turn it into work, you're going to learn to hate it. So the thing that used to be play is now the thing that you hate coming home to do.
Yes. I just had this conversation the other day about how, like, when somebody learns about your skill set, then the world abuses that skill set, right? And so I was talking about I'm a pretty avid sewer. I really enjoy sewing, but when that gets out in the world, all of a sudden I'm making costumes for figure skating. I'm doing right, and it's always for a great cause, so I'm always inclined to say yes. But then I don't like doing it because it's not.
Yeah, it ruins it. It takes the pressure. It makes it more pressure. It's no longer fun. It's not just play. And I think play is super duper important. And when we turn that into work, it just ruins the play. And then you have to find a new thing that maybe you just aren't as passionate about.
Yep, I agree.
So I don't like that piece of advice. And the follow your passions, like, I don't know. Like, I guess there could be a grain of truth to that one. But like, in what regard? Like, if my passion is like, and I wouldn't even call that a passion. I would say it's like a goal. Like, if I want to go to Ireland someday, that's a dream of mine. Follow that for sure. Yeah. But I wouldn't say make it the be all end all.
Yeah, I wouldn't either. I agree with you. I think that one is trash. I think that you find a job that sustains the lifestyle you want to have, and then you do that job, and when you're done doing that job, you go play.
Yeah, and I think that's what our society is doing a horrible job of, is we have this whole idea of like, we're supposed to love what we do, and maybe not. Maybe it's just a job. Maybe we just...
I don't want you to hate it.
No, you have to find joy in it.
Yeah, don't go to a job every day where you're like, I hate my life and this is terrible. But it doesn't have to be the number one thing in your life. It doesn't have to be everything.
And I think, and I know our job is very particular in that we often have to take it home, but I think that we at some point have to say, you know what, no, I'm done. This is tomorrow's problem. And no, it didn't get done, and it might affect some things tomorrow, but whatever. It's such as life. And it's a good example that we're setting for young people. Yep. That it's a job, and there's bigger, better things beyond these walls. So, one more here.
Okay.
Good things come to those who wait.
No, I think that one's trash too. I don't like it.
I feel like we're going to find that a lot of these ones that are very common are just like, they've been used as mechanisms to like make a person feel better about the crap that's happening in their lives.
Yes. Well, and I wonder if some of these, because some of these have been around a really long time, if it wasn't more relevant in a different time. Right?
Maybe.
And I do think that this, I don't want to say generation, but I do think that there is a lack of patience in people, right? Like the idea of instant gratification and instant everything is a little too much. So maybe we need to do some more waiting, but I don't think it's fair to say that if you wait, good things will happen. I think there's a little more to that recipe.
Because I think you also have to go out and do a few things to make the things happen.
Work a little bit. You gotta, it's not...
Like, I want to win the lottery, but I have to buy a lottery ticket to make it happen.
Yeah.
I can't just sit around and wait.
and maybe if I look at that advice as like you've got to invest time,
Yeah.
then sure. But I think just when I read them, I'll just sit around and something good will happen. No, it's not gonna happen.
Although I do think that does happen for some people, and I'm envious.
Yeah. Okay. Well, it's happened for me.
I can second that. Nothing good happens in Sharon's life.
It is what it is.
Oh. All right, so on to one of our favorite segments, Hot Garbage.
Hot Garbage.
So on this week's episode of Hot Garbage, we are talking about advice we are just completely over. So those were kind of the ones that, like, well, they're gray area. There's maybe some positives out of them. These two right here that we're about to discuss, we're done. And we're going to tell you why we're done. So, number one, everything happens for a reason.
No.
If everything happened for a reason in my life,
could you imagine?
What the hell did I do in a previous life?
Yeah. And what's the reason? Explain it to me.
Which, you know, sometimes I do say that because I think it's funny that maybe in a previous life I was such an a-hole. Yeah. I do like awkwardness.
I like awkwardness too, but no, I cannot possibly believe that everything happens for a reason. Like, and what's the reason if it's not I'm a trash human and deserve bad things, right? Or like you look at somebody who is just down and out, like they don't deserve that.
No.
Or the other end, right? Like you maybe as someone in your life who everything has just been easy breezy for, and I'm super happy for that person.
Mm-hmm.
But what did they do to earn that I didn't, or that a person who is having hard times did, right? Like I have a lot of good in my life. It's not, but you know there have been, you know, lots of tragedies in both of our lives. That what was the reason?
Yeah, and you know, have I been guilty of using this one? Absolutely. Like, but again, I think it's a societal thing to say, to talk, to rationalize the feelings that I'm having in the moment, to be like, well, there's a reason, there has to be a reason this happened. So obviously now I got to live through it, but there's a reason. And it's not taught that sometimes shit just happens.
It just happens. Yeah.
And there is no reason. You just got dealt a crap card.
And I think if you have to tell yourself that to get yourself out of bed after something happens, or you have to, right, to keep going, fine. But I think if everything that happens, you're looking for a reason, and I don't think there is one.
But I also think it's a way to like slough it off. Like again, the societal thing of like saying my issue isn't actually an issue, of burying like those feelings and be like, well, everything happens for a reason, so I guess I just got to move on, instead of actually like looking.
Oh, that's a different side of that. Yeah,
the actual issue, which I think that's what's problematic about that one.
Yeah, so like kind of removing blame from things.
Yeah,
that's a different side. Which that's probably more accurate actually.
So I think that for both of those reasons, that one belongs in the
we can be done with that one.
Trash bin. Yeah, hot garbage, out of here. All right, second one. Hustle hard, sleep when you're dead.
Hustle culture.
Hustle culture.
Boss girl.
Boss girl, get it. This shit needs to go away.
It needs to go. It needs
to
go.
I'm sorry, I work a job.
Yes.
That's what's going to pay for my fun.
Yep.
At the end of the day, I am not going to another job to better myself.
No.
F that.
No, I am so sick of the idea that our value is connected to our productivity.
Yes.
It's not. Right? No. It is not. Like I'm not worth more because I do more.
Right? And it's all connected to productivity and money, monetary.
Right. But like when I go back, there was the one thing, well maybe there was more, but the one thing that like that pandemic shutdown did do was make everybody slow down. Yeah. Right? Like it was such a competition to be the busiest in the room. Yes. Right? And like, why? Right? Like, I want people, what are you doing? I'm like, nothing. I'm going to do nothing. And I have nothing planned all week, and that's fine. Right? Like, you don't have to earn your rest. You don't have to earn your play. You don't have to, it just, I can't.
How quickly have we bounced back since COVID of like,
I know.
The hustle culture is a full swing again. Like, that was 4 years ago.
Yeah.
Long time. But like, it was full blown back.
I really thought I'd see some change with people really valuing their family time, valuing time at home. Yeah. And it just, like, it's just back to, we're busy 5 nights a week and I don't have any weekends until March. What?
And it's a constant competition of like, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. And then the next person's like, well, I can one up you there. I'm doing this, this, and this. And
I'm going to do nothing.
I think I'd rather start to hear from people like, what's a fun thing you're doing? Like, cool, that's awesome. But like, what are you doing for fun these days? Or like rewarding or not rewarding, but like applauding people who were like, I did nothing this weekend.
Yeah.
They're like, sick.
Rest is important.
Sometimes that's okay.
Rest is sometimes more productive than anything else you do.
Because you just haven't been resting and you just need it.
And I think that's a good frame. I think that everybody this week ask somebody what they're doing for fun. What have they done for themselves this week?
Yeah, for themselves. That's the key word. Not for like, and lots of us are out there working hard for our families and we have to. And we're not bashing those people.
Nope, not at all.
Like some people are probably in the span of their life where it is just constant go. And they can't have that hot minute. But I encourage you to try and find that hot minute of something that brings you joy that isn't work. So like doing the dishes, no, that's work. Like find
even if you
something.
like it, it's work.
Yeah, nap. Lay on the couch, stare at the sky. I don't care what it is, but something that's rewarding to you.
Agree.
All right, on to the next segment. One of our favorites.
Okay.
Quickfire, trash or treasure.
Am I trash or treasuring, or are you trash
or treasuring? You're gonna trash or treasure it.
Okay.
So I'm gonna read the thing, and you're gonna say whether it's trash or treasure, or we could just give our answers both ways.
True.
Let's do it that way.
Okay.
So I'll read it. You say yours, and I'll say mine.
Okay.
Say yes to everything.
Treasure.
Trash.
Okay, but okay.
I almost want to ask her to rebuttal it, but I don't want to.
You only get one defense.
Yeah. When life gives you lemons, make lemonade.
Trash.
I do like lemonade, though. Okay. And lemons. Trash.
Yeah, it's trash.
What doesn't kill you makes you stronger.
Trash. Absolute trash. Oh, don't you treasure this?
Treasure?
Defend why that's a treasure.
Okay, well, it's not necessarily a treasure in that I like to use it in the classroom. When kids are complaining, and I go, well, what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. And I say it with satire behind it. Because it is such a stupid saying.
Right? It's so stupid.
Yeah.
You know what doesn't kill you gives you depression and anxiety. It doesn't. I didn't get stronger. I don't know. Like,
if I was a superhero and I drank the titanium, it would make me
so
stronger.
I will say that is treasure advice for superheroes.
Maybe I'm a superhero, Sharon.
Maybe you are. Maybe the Debris Girls are hidden superheroes.
Maybe. Well, that'll be a whole new episode.
I
need a special Debris Girl name then.
Oh. We should make that a poll.
Yeah. Superhero debris names. Money can't buy you happiness.
Trash.
Oh, you think it can? I agree. Trash. Think it can. Yeah, I think money can buy happiness.
I 100% think
and like, we're not supposed to get into this, but like, it takes away so much of the stress.
Yep.
Like, I don't need millions. I wouldn't say no, but
I wouldn't either. But like, adequate money matters.
Adequate money matters.
Yep.
Dress for the job you want.
Treasure.
You like that?
Yep.
Garbage. I'm gonna dress for comfort.
Okay. You could do both. It exists that you can be comfortable and dress for the job you want.
So the job that I want is to be a debris girl. So I dress that way.
Well, you're a shop teacher. It's pretty much the same thing.
Correct. What I'm wearing right now is basically what I wore to work.
Yeah, I don't have to defend that though.
No, you don't have to defend it.
It's the treasure. I think it's the treasure.
All right. I feel like we dived in. We didn't make that super quick fire, but you know, whatever.
That was not rapid at all.
You win some, you lose some. So, as many of you saw on our Instagram, thank you for following us. By the way, we're over 100 subscribers, which is fantastic on Instagram. We've got like 5 or 6 followers on YouTube. How many on Spotify?
11.
We're up to 11. Nice. So yeah, if you guys haven't figured it out, I hope you are because you're listening or watching. We're both on YouTube and Spotify.
We are.
And you can watch on Spotify too.
Yeah, it's not just audio.
It's not just audio, but it can be just audio if you enjoy listening to us on your way to work. So we tried to make a little bit more interaction, and we're going to try and do more of that. So this week we are asking the trash heap, and you guys are the trash heap. So we threw it out there, and we asked you guys for some pieces of advice. And now Sharon and I are going to tell you whether they're good or bad pieces of advice. And we have no background to do such an activity.
None.
But here we are doing it.
Yeah.
So you can.
We are faking it
till we make it. So you can take it for what it's worth. I don't get this one. Okay. But maybe you have some insight. Don't take any wood nickels.
This is a historical thing. I looked this up years ago. Something about wooden nickels. I don't remember the reference.
Yeah, and I didn't look it up. I just wrote it down.
I should have looked this up before the show. It has something to do with being fooled. I'm sorry, I don't know. There are no such thing as wooden nickels anymore, so I'm going to say that.
Was there wooden nickels?
Yeah, I think that was part of it. It was something about I could be making this up 100%, but I thought it was something about wooden nickels being. I don't know. Actually, I'm just gonna lie.
I think she's pulling that one out of her butt.
No, it's actually a thing. I looked it up. I'm gonna look it up later.
I can't say anything to this because I don't even know what that means. And maybe we should have done our research.
Tomfoolery, I'm sure of it.
But I prefer to not do my research.
Yeah, all I know is there aren't wooden nickels anymore, so that's not a thing.
Going
it's
blind.
Something to do with payment. It's going blind.
I'm going in blind. I don't want to do my research. Going in blind.
It's wooden nickels don't make you go blind.
Maybe they do.
Maybe they do. We don't know.
Maybe that's why we got rid of them.
But we agree. Don't take wooden nickels. They're not worth anything.
So is that a good piece of advice?
No, it's irrelevant. Because we don't know what it means.
Dated. Sorry to whoever submitted that. It is what it is.
That is the golden nugget. And I'm sure whoever sent it in was like, this is the most annoying thing in the world when people say this. I love this for two reasons. One, it gets me through a lot. And I guess the whole everything happens for a reason is very similar.
Yeah, that's the exact same.
But I like this one better because I can put it into contractions and I can say it's what it's.
It's just because you have an inside with your daughter, which
Emily
then makes it fun. But you're also making fun of the it's what it's.
Oh, 100% we are. It's not good advice. It's not a good way to approach anything.
Yeah.
But it's what it's makes it better. I think people who say it is what it is, they're out of F's. They're done.
They're done.
They're done.
So when somebody says that, you should be worried for them.
Yeah, I think so.
Because they just don't care anymore.
But if they contract it, then it's fine. Contractions or whatever.
It's what it's. And then it's probably going to be only you and Emily.
Well, and our trash heap, hopefully.
Well, hopefully the trash heap catches on. All right. I like this one. Never heard it before. If it comes easy, take it twice.
Oh,
I think that's gold.
Oh, that's gold.
I think that's absolute gold. And if there's anything you walk away with here tonight out of all the trash that we spewed, if it comes easy, take it twice.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah, I'm going to start living by that.
I love that. I'm going to add that to the fake it till you make it.
Can you combine them?
Fake it till you... No, I'm not going to say that out loud.
I was trying to set you up.
You really did. That was not fair. Oh, man.
So I feel like that is it for this week.
Okay.
So we obviously there is a ton more of advice out there. Do you have anything else you want to add before we wrap things up?
So I'll leave you with my favorite piece of advice. It gets me through everything. And I say it to so many people in my life. Can I tell a story too?
Yeah, I'm not your mom. I don't have to give permission.
I don't have one. Okay, so Dead Mom Club. So I was pregnant. I found out I was pregnant from just a walk-in clinic doctor. I thought I had an ulcer. Turns out I was having a baby. And the doctor came in and he told me I was pregnant. And I was like, okay. And I was young and I was scared and I was worried. And he looked at me and said, Sharon, people way stupider than you have done this. You'll be fine. And that has carried me through everything. Anytime I'm in a situation where I'm like, oh, I can't do this, I think people way stupider than you who've done this, you're fine. And I say this to the children when they're my students, when they think the math is too hard. I say, oh, somebody way stupider than you in the last class did this, you'll be fine.
Did they calm down or they're like...
They always calm down. Almost always. They're just like, okay, right? It's along the lines of do this like a mediocre white man, right? Mediocre white man energy, right? It's the same idea, right?
The confidence that they have is insane.
Insane. And you don't have to be the best at it, but I promise somebody dumber than you has already done it. You're fine.
All you have to do is try.
Yep. That's my nugget of advice.
I think that's a great, excellent piece to end on. So yeah, week 3, we've done 3 podcasts. Do you think we're going to make it for a 4th?
Yeah, I bet we got 6 in us.
6, and then it might
season 1 wrap.
Like just burn, go crash and burning to the ground.
Like, what are we gonna do when we have no more debris to clean up in this house?
I guess we better find it.
Right.
So yeah, tune in next week where we discuss a topic we have yet to determine.
But it'll be great.
I hope so, and it'll probably relate to trash. So till next time, friends. Peace.
See ya.